Hello everyone, this is Dr. Surya. So today we are going to see some of the solved examples in Bernoulli's equation. So the first problem is that a pipe through which water is flowing is having a diameters 20 centimeter and 10 centimeter at cross sections 1 and 2 respectively. So which means what, there is a pipe is there. So two different diameters are there in the pipe. So one is as D1 is going to be 20 centimeter, so which is 0.2 meter. So I can even write it here, D1 is equal to 0.2 meter. I have to draw the diagram, that is much more important. And D2 is equal to 10 centimeter, which is 0.1 meter. So D2 is going to be 0.1 meter. So and I have marked the cross sections 1 and 2. So the velocity of water at section 1 is given as 4 meter per second, which means V1 value is given. V1 is equal to 4 meter per second. So whenever a diagram is not given, so we have to draw the diagram. Since because at section 1 the diameter is big, is 20 centimeters, so I have drawn like you can see how we have drawn. The area is larger here, diameter is larger here, and D2 is 10 centimeter, the diameter is smaller here. So we have to be very careful and we have to draw the diagram as given in the problem. Next is that they have asked us to determine the velocity head. What do you mean by velocity head? We have seen this in the last video itself. Velocity head is nothing but v squared by 2g. So this is the one we call as velocity head. So they have asked us to determine the velocity head for two sections. Okay, so first we can very easily find out the velocity head for section 1, because already the velocity head is given here. Velocity is given. So v1 squared by 2g. Velocity is given as 4 meter per second. So 4 squared by 2 into 9.81, which is equal to 0.815 meter. So 0.815 meter is the velocity head at section 1. So the next thing they have asked us to determine the velocity head at section 2. So we have to determine the velocity head at section 2. So how we are going to determine it? So the first thing is that we don't know what is the velocity at section 2. So first we have to determine the velocity at section 2. For that we are going to apply our continuity equation. Continuity equation is nothing but A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So we know the value of A1 is nothing but pi by 4 into D1 square into V1, which is equal to pi by 4 into D2 square into V2. Okay, so pi by 4 into D1 squared is 0.2 square, V1 is 4, which is equal to pi by 4 into 0.1 square into V2. So from this equation I'll be getting my V2 will be equal to 16 meter per second. So velocity head formula is V2 squared by 2g. V squared by 2g is the velocity head. Since because it is section 2, I am writing V2 squared by 2g, which is 16 squared by 2 into 9.81. So which is equal to 83.047 meter. So next they have asked us to determine the rate of discharge, that is our Q. Q is nothing but A1 V1 or Q is equal to A2 V2. We can use any one thing to determine our rate of discharge. So Q is equal to 0.0314, that is pi by 4 into D1 square into V1 is 4. So which is 0.1256 meter cube per second. Supposing if we have to write it in liters, then 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters. Keep that in mind. So if you take this, then my Q will be equal to 125.6 liters. Okay, so this will be the answer for the first problem. The next problem is on the water is flowing through a pipe which is having diameter 20 centimeter and 10 centimeter respectively. As such, I have told we have to write the given data. So D1 is equal to 20 centimeter, which means 0.2 meter, and D2 is equal to 0.1 meter, and the rate of flow through pipe Q is equal to 35 liters per second, which is that we have to divide it by 1000 to get in meter cube per second, so which is equal to 0.035 meter cube per second. Then they have given that the section 1 is 6 meter above the datum, which means that they have given Z1 is equal to 6 meter, and similarly at section 2 it is 4 meter, so Z2 is equal to 4 meter, and they have given that pressure at section 1 is equal to 39.24 Newton per centimeter square. So while converting into meter square, it becomes 39.24 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. So beware of the units what are given in the problem. Convert all into SI units, that is in meter, so that it will be very easier to do our calculation. Then they have asked us to determine the intensity of pressure at section 2, which means I have to determine P2. Okay, so I have written all the given data. Now I have to draw a diagram. So if you see that I have drawn a diagram, so this is going to be my D1. So D1 is 0.2 meter and D2 is equal to 0.1 meter, and pressure is given here. So P1 is equal to 39.24 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square, and this line will be my datum line. So if this is a datum line, then my Z1 is equal to 6 meter. So this value is going to be 6 meter, and similarly this value will be going to be my Z2 value 4 meter. So draw a diagram, that is much more important. Now what we have to do is we have to determine, we are going to use the Bernoulli's equation. So what will be my Bernoulli's equation? So we all know that P1 by rho g plus V1 squared by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 squared by 2g plus Z2. So this is the Bernoulli's equation. So if you take this case, P1 is known to me, rho is known to me, g is known to me, Z1 is known to me. I don't know the value of V1, g value is also known to me, and I have to get the value of P2. Okay, all the values are known to me, and similarly V2 value and V1 value is unknown to me. So I have to determine the value of velocity first, and then I have to apply in this equation to get the value of P2. Okay, so now how can I determine the value of V1 and V2? Again, I have to apply my continuity equation, that is Q is equal to A1 V1. So Q value is known to me, which is 0.035, and A1 is pi by 4 into D1 square, that is 0.2 square into V1. Okay, so my V1 value will be equal to 1.114 meter per second. Similarly, Q is equal to A2 V2. So 0.035 is equal to pi by 4 into 0.1 square into V2. So from this V2 will be equal to 4.456 meter per second. So in this equation all the values are known to me except the value of P2. So just substitute the value and get the value of P2. So I am substituting the values here. So P1 value is 39.24 into 10 power 4 divided by rho g. Density is 1000 for water, g is 9.81, plus V1 we have determined as 1.114 V1 squared by 2 into 9.81 plus Z1 value is 6, which is equal to P2 by rho g, so which is 1000 into 9.81. so don't get confused, so I am putting brackets here, plus V2 square 4.456 square by 2 into 9.81 plus 4. So I am substituting, so I am doing the calculation, so which is 40 plus 0.063 plus 6 is equal to P2 by 9810 plus 1.012 plus 4. So this is 46.063 P2 by 9810 plus 5.012. So my P2 value after simplification and multiplication, I'll be getting my P2 value will be equal to, that is P2 by 9810 is equal to 46.063 minus of 5.012. So P2 will be equal to 41.051 into 9810 Newton per meter square. Suppose I have to convert this value into Newton per centimeter square, so I have to divide it by 10 power 4. So 41.051 into 9810 divided by 10 power 4. So P2 value will be equal to 40.27 Newton per centimeter. So this is the value for intensity of pressure at section 2. So the next problem is that the water is flowing through a tapered pipe of length 100 meter having a diameter 600 mm at the upper end and 300 mm at the lower end. So as usual we have to write the given data, so which is L is going to be 100 meter, and I'm assuming the upper end to be D1, so D1 is equal to 300 mm. So if they convert into meter, it becomes 600 mm, so 0.6 meter, and D2 is equal to 300 mm, so which is 0.3 meter. So if D value is known to me, I can easily calculate the A1 and A2, which is pi by 4 D1 square and pi by 4 D2 square. So if I calculate this, I will be getting 0.2827 meter square, and A2 will be equal to 0.07068 meter. And the next they have given Q, that is the rate of flow, so which is equal to 50 liters per second. So if 50 liters per second is given, 50 by 1000, which is equal to 0.05 meter cube per second. Then they have given that slope is given as 1 in 30, and find the pressure at the lower end if the pressure at the higher level is given as 19.62. So higher end or upper end we have assumed to be 1, that is like section 1. So P1 value is given as 19.62 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. They have asked us to determine the P2 value. Okay, here the difference is that they have given the length as well as the slope value. So before going into that, we have to draw the diagram. So I have drawn a diagram like this. So we are going to, so this slope will be 1 in 30, and here D1 is equal to 0.6 meter and P1 is equal to 19.62 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. Similarly D2 is equal to 0.3 meter. Okay, and they have given the length is equal to 100 meter. We have to write all those things. We have to draw a diagram. Now we assume that the datum line is passing through the center of the lower end. So I'm just assuming that the datum line is passing through the center of the lower end. So if this is the case, then my Z2 will be equal to 0, because the datum line is meeting the center of the lower end. So there is no possibility of having my Z2 here, so I can keep it 0. Then I will be having a Z1, so this will be my Z1 value. So to determine the Z1, they have given the slope value, which is Z1 is equal to slope of 1 by 30 for the length is given as 100 meter. So for 1 meter there is a slope of 30 meter. So if that is the case, then for what is the slope for 100 meter? So like this, if we find, my Z1 will be equal to 10 by 3 meter. Okay, now we are going to, as usual, as we have seen in the previous problem, we have to apply our Bernoulli's equation, which is P1 by rho g plus V1 squared by 2g plus Z1, which is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 squared by 2g plus Z2. So here P1 value rho g is known to me, Z1 value is known to me, we have determined it off, and we have to get the value of P2, and Z2 value is going to be 0. Now I have to determine the value of V1 and V2. Similarly, what we have done in the previous problem, the same way. Q is equal to A1 V1, so which is equal to V1, or V1 is equal to Q by A1. So Q value is known to me, which is 0.05, and A1 value is 0.2827, so which is equal to 0.177 meter per second. Similarly, Q is equal to A2 V2, so V2 is equal to Q by A2, so 0.05 divided by 0.07068, which is equal to 0.707 meter per second. So all the values are known to me. Now I have to apply it off. So here 19.62 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus 0.177 square divided by 2 into 9.81 plus Z1 value is 10 by 3, which is equal to P2 by 1000 into 9.81 plus 0.707 square divided by 2 into 9.81. So I will be getting 20 plus 0.001596 plus 3.334, which is equal to P2 by 1000 into 9.81 plus 0.0254. Okay, now simplifying this, I will be getting 23.335 minus 0.0254, which is equal to P2 by 1000 into 9.81. So P2 will be equal to, after simplifying, I will be getting my P2 value was 228573 Newton per meter square. So to convert it into centimeter square, we have to divide it by 10 power 4. So which is 22.8573 Newton per centimeter square. So this will be my answer. So there are some assumptions in the Bernoulli's equations. So they are that we are assuming that the fluid is non-viscous and therefore frictionless, but we know that all the fluids will have some viscosity, but in deriving this Bernoulli's equation we assume that it is to be non-viscous, but the reality is all the fluids are viscous and they will be offering some resistance to flow. So if that is the case, there will be some losses in the fluid flows, and in the application of this Bernoulli's equation, these losses should also be taken into consideration, where we are not taking into it. There will be some head loss will be there in head loss will be there, and we have to take that into consideration. This is the main limitation of our Bernoulli's equation. Thank you and happy learning.